We are over halfway through the 2030-2031 year, which is year 8 in the franchise. And we head into the All-Star break now, which I forget what city it's in, but we're going to head right into it. But before we do that, there is some craziness going on in the MVP race. The Spurs have 2 of the top 3. Calvin Gordon's probably going to win it. I don't see Luka surpassing him with those numbers because Calvin Gordon is putting together a great year. Just on defense, on offense, rebounding. This guy is incredible. He's only 23 years old and he's already a 95 overall. This guy's going to be one of the greatest players of all time. And of course, he's a Spur, so he's just following up Tim Duncan. He's pretty much the Tim Duncan follow-up if Wemby does not exist, which in this franchise he does not. So he's pretty much that kind of a player in terms of the caliber. And he's the 3rd highest scorer in the league right now. He has surpassed Don Payne for most rebounds. He's got 2.2 blocks per game, 1.5 steals. And then his teammate is Shea, who has the 2nd most assists in the entire league. And he's putting up 23.6 points per game too. These guys are a great tandem, and they're going to be a very tough challenge for us. They're probably going to be even better this year than last year, and they made life difficult for us last season. In the other awards, you have Sylvester McNeil leading the way in the Rookie of the Year voting. You got 2 Bulls there with Corey Andrews and Alejandro Santiago, which is impressive considering that Santiago is a 71 overall. Andrews is actually pretty good, but McNeil was one of those generational prospects that was in last year's draft and averaging 16 points per game, 5 assists, 1 steal, having a good year. Mao Chung Lee down here in 5th, but he is putting up 14 points per game. Just not doing much else across the board. In terms of 6th man of the year, you got Terrence Strickland, Pete Sharp, Embiid, who is now 35 years old, Corey Andrews, and Lee Edwards. So Andrews is in the running for both of those awards. Interesting. Defensive Player of the Year. Calvin Gordon's probably going to win this one too. That is crazy, dude. That is crazy. Then Most Improved Player. Cecil Arnold, who we just faced last episode, is up there, averaging 13 and 9 this year. Max Christie and Leroy Kent, 2 of the up-and-coming young players under 24 years old. They are both in the running for that. Chris Tavares is in the running for Defensive Player of the Year as well. And those are all the award updates. We're also about a week out from contract extension deadlines, and the only guy that is actually eligible for an extension is Vanderbilt, and he wants to test anyways. And he does want probably about $1 million less than he's currently making. And I don't think we have the Bird years to bring him back anyways. So we're going to have to think about his replacement or trying to bring him back if we have that much money. But keep in mind that this is the last year of Don Payne's rookie contract. So we have the Bird years for him, and we're going to match whatever offer is given to him. And he's going to want a lot of money. And then coming up after that, 2 years later, we're going to have Todd Graves, who's going to want even more than Payne makes. So a lot of money going to a lot of young players. Carney as well, have that coming up too. We got to think about the money that we're going to be dropping on the core players that we've grown in-house. But today we are going to start with the All-Star break. Going to try and get some highlights for the Rising Stars Challenge if we have a player in there. I don't know if we do. We don't have any starters in here. Maybe we have Todd Graves or Carney in there off the bench, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll just have to see the rosters once I jump in there. But not going to spend too much time on that, but I will throw together a couple of highlights, and then I will see who's competing in the dunk and three-point contest and see if maybe Anderson's in there, because if he is, I definitely want to watch that. And then we're going to watch him play in the All-Star game. So that's the game plan. And then after that, we'll probably watch a matchup hopefully against a better opponent. Maybe the Bucks could be a good matchup. Alright, so I've checked their rosters, and we don't have anybody on either team, so not going to spend too much time here. I'll probably watch the first couple of minutes, get a couple of highlights there, then we'll probably be done for this part. Here we go. The game tips off. It's Team World versus Team USA. A couple of the very young prospects facing off to give us a little bit of a showcase on the future of the league. Sylvester McNeil in the corner, finding whoever that guy is for three. That last shot was by Drew Ewing, who is one of the young prospects over in Los Angeles, as that shot for Juan Ortiz won't fall. McNeil pulls the trigger, knocks it down, and Team USA off to a good start. Their roster is definitely better than Team World, for sure. Now Chung Lee, the other young point guard that came out of the draft, or shooting guard, or whatever, just got blocked at the rim. Leroy Kent also starting for Team USA. He is a 87 overall 21-year-old center for the Lakers. So a couple of prospects out of LA are facing off in this one. And yeah, Drew Ewing and Kent have very high potential. So we'll see if those guys grow into those generational players. As that pass somehow gets through. Nice pump fake by Hernandez. Back to Lee. He lost the ball out of bounds. Team USA takes over. Looks like Steve Kerr is the head coach for Team World. Lee, top of the key for three. It's good for the first Team World bucket of the day. Simpson to Drew Ewing. His shot is off the mark, but Kent's there on the glass for two. Ortiz finds Lee, top of the key, and he knocks it down again from three. Gordon Dunn gets inside for the jam, and he is another one of those LA players. He is a young center for the Clippers, so he's teammates with Drew Ewing out there, who's currently guarding Mao Chung Lee. So a couple of young guys on the same team there. Good future for the Clippers. Most likely as Kent's called for the foul. Free throws for Juan Ortiz. His free throws are kind of good. 1 for 2. Big pass to Ewing for the triple in transition. That one's off. Simpson, nice shot on the mismatch. Ortiz rattles one in, and that will close the gap back to 1. McNeil, baseline drive, and the lay-in, getting around Ortiz. I'm curious to see what kind of players McNeil, Ewing, Dunn, Lee, what those guys will all turn into. Because they're all very similar. Dunn's a center, but the other three guys are all guards with like 10 badges and 80 overall coming into the league. So there should be a lot of competition between those three guys for, you know, the title of, you know, best young guard. Ortiz again, knocking it down. Team World trying to keep this game close now. We're going to watch the rest of the first quarter, pretty much just the makes, and then once we are done with that, we'll move on to the three-point contest and dunk contest. So Ralph Best is checked in along with McGuire. This match down low for him. Easy 2. And Team World takes the lead. How did he just make that? Who is that? That was crazy strength to go up like that and score. Brian Goodwin. 6'1" point guard. 77 overall out of the U. And honestly, if you look at his last couple of games, as a starter, it looks like he's playing pretty well. What's his averages this year? 12 points per game. This is his second season. And oh, this is the 2029-2030 year, not 2030-2031. So I was wrong earlier, but still 12 points per game, 3 assists per game, shooting 46% from the field and 41% from 3. Shooting pretty well from the charity stripe, 23 minutes a game. Yeah, this guy's pretty good, actually. Now Chung Lee doubled. He finds Evans the third for the shot, and that one drops. Lee attacks the basket, gets inside, and scores. That looked pretty easy for him. He's got like half of Team World's points. Lee attacks again. Blocked, though, out of bounds by Simpson. Yuzhang knocks it down off the inbound pass. Now Team World leads by 5 with under 2 to go here in the first quarter. Yuzhang, close range shot, got it to go. Couple of shots have fallen for him. Simpson lays it in at the rim after a deflected pass. Yuzhang trying to go over the top, but throws it right to Andrews. That's one of the Corey Andrews, who is that Chicago Bulls player who is in the running for 2 different awards. Top 5 in Rookie of the Year and Sixth Man of the Year voting. End of the first quarter. And it's Team World up 22-17. Bit of a low-scoring game, which is to be expected with all these young guys, that some of which are, not shooting very well this year. But still a good first quarter. And that'll be it for us. All right, and Team World comes out on top 111-94. Seemed to have been a lot more scoring after we jumped out, but Leroy Kent drops 21 and 8 for Team USA in the loss. Drew Ewing, 14 points. McNeil did not shoot very well, and Corey Andrews had 10 and 6 off of the bench. For Team World, Mao Chung Lee drops 19 points. Kyle Copeland, 17. Bert Butler, 15. And then 14 and 7 for Bob Evans III. Wait, this is going to be a stacked three-point competition, man. Alex Barker, who is the leading scorer in the entire league right now. Luka Doncic, Anderson, Tatum, Calvin Gordon, Jabari Smith. This is going to be an absolutely stacked three-point shootout. We have to watch this one. Absolutely have to watch it. Let's go. We are here at the All-Star three-point contest in 2030. The Mountain Dew three-point contest. It is a stacked lineup of players. You got 2 Boston Celtics leading the Eastern Conference right now. You got the leading scorer, one of the best three-point shooters in the entire league in Anderson, the MVP leader in Calvin Gordon, and one of the top young players in Jabari Smith Jr., who is the top player on the Rockets. Alex Barker will get us started here in the first round. He starts in the right corner. His money ball rack is going to be on the left wing. And he starts off 3 for 5, missing the money ball. Now on the second wing. Probably has to pick up the pace here in terms of knocking these shots down. He's got 6 points through 2 racks. Misses the do zone shot. Now he's top of the key. Has yet to find his rhythm. Second do zone shot is up and off the mark. Big misses right there. I think Barker's going to have a tough time unless he goes 5 for 5 here. He's 4 for 4, and he goes 4 for 5. But a great job to rebound there. Got to finish strong here in the left corner. And he will get 19 points, but that might not be enough. He scores the same as his jersey number. And next up is Luka, who is right now second place in the MVP race, behind Calvin Gordon, who's going to be probably second to last, I would imagine. I think Anderson's next after Luka. And his money ball rack is in the first corner. And he only goes 1 for 5. Now on the wing. Has yet to hit a second shot. Luka, what's going on, man? He's 1 for 10. Do zone shot. Off the mark. There's no way that he's going to win this contest. There's just no way. Top of the key. Trying to fight back. He goes 3 for 5. Has only hit 1 bonus ball. And has missed both do zone shots too. And these bricks are not sounding too friendly. 7 points. That makes it 9. He's not going to beat Barker. And frankly, I'm not sure he's going to beat anybody else either. That gets him to 10 and 12 to finish it off, but that was bad. That was horrible. Next up, the man, the myth, the legend. Simon Anderson, let's go. Show us what you got, sir. His money ball is in the same spot as Luka. Starts off 1 for 3, 1 for 4, and 2 for 5. I guess we'll take the 4. Come on, man. Pick it up, Anderson. We know you could do this. At least get to the next round. 1 for 5 on the wing. Do zone shots. Good. Thank you, sir. He's the first one to hit one of those. Top of the key. Gotta find his rhythm. He goes only 1 for 5. Second do zone shot is off the mark. He's only got 9. Please at least surpass Luka. Okay. Come on, man. Please. 1 for 5 there as well. In the corner. He's a corner specialist. He's got to knock these down. 2 for 3 in the corner. 3 for 4. Finish strong. There we go. He gets 15 points. He does not beat Alex Barker. He will surpass Luka, but hopefully Tatum and Smith do not surpass him and he can move on to the next round. And also Calvin Gordon's going to be up as well. Tatum has his money ball rack in the same spot where Barker had his over on the left wing. He goes 0 for 5 to start. And it goes 2 for 5 there on the wing. First do zone shot is off the mark, and he's off to just a really poor round as well. Top of the key. Finding his rhythm. He's hit all of them. Except for the last one, the most important one. Do zone shot. Off the mark. He's got 6 points, less than Anderson had. Please do not hit all of these. Uh-oh, he's knocking them down, though. 2 for 4 and 3 for 5. He's got 12. He's inching closer to passing Anderson. He's got 14. And he ends it with 14. Okay. Okay, so we're still good with Anderson. And now it's the MVP, or the likely MVP, Calvin Gordon. The rebound leader. Second or third best scorer in the entire league right now. And he's off to a hot start. 3 for 4. And does not hit the bonus ball. Now on the wing. I think he's off to a better start than pretty much anybody else did on the first 2 racks. He's got 7 points already. Do zone shot. Misses the rim entirely. What? Come on, dude. Top of the key. 2 for 4. Money ball is good. He's got 11. Second do zone shot is good this time. He's got 14 points. Has to hit 1 to pass Anderson, which he does. So he's going to move on for sure. And he's definitely going to surpass Alex Barker. He's got 20 points with the last rack. First shot doesn't fall. Has yet to hit one in the corner. There it is. 2 shots left. Money ball to cap things off. It's good. 23, which is the highest score. Now it's Jabari Smith, who is having probably the best year of his career. 25 points per game, 8 boards. Not sure how good of a three-point shooter he is, but if he's here in the contest, he must be some level of good. He's off to a perfect start. 4 for 4. 4 for 5. He missed the money ball. On the wing. I'm not sure how many people move on. I think it's only 2. I'm pretty sure it's only 2 or 3 that move on. So if he does not surpass 15 points, then Anderson should be in the next round. But he banks in the do zone shot. And he's halfway there to passing Anderson. Why can't we just have nice things, man? I just want to see my players succeed. Do zone shot. That one's off this time. Please just completely fail these last 2 racks. He's got 13 points. That one's good. Money ball is good, and Anderson's out of the running. Okay. that's going to be it for us. I think we saw him do this exact same kind of performance last time he was in three-point contest. It is unfortunate. Smith drops 20, and he's moving on. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Gordon, Smith, and Barker for the second round. So Anderson, Tatum, and Luka are all out. Round 2. Barker starts off in the corner with the money ball rack. And he wants revenge. Knocking it down. He goes 3 for 5. But a good start. Got 6 points out of it. Now on the wing. Just airballed one. And he has lost all sense of rhythm. He just airballed 2 on the rack. Do zone shot. Air ball. Alex Barker. What kind of a player are you, dude? This is just so weird. Top of the key. Finally gets one to drop. It's 2 in a row. Do zone shots. Is good this time. No air ball. On the wing. Trying to finish strong here. He's up to 16. In the corner. First shot is off. Second shot, good. Third shot, off. Fourth shot, good. Money ball to finish it, no. And he gets 18 points. Jabari Smith, next man up. His money ball rack is in the opposite corner. He starts off 2 for 5, missing the money ball shot. On the wing, rattling a few home. And he goes 3 for 5 there. Do zone shot. Off the mark. He's got 5. Top of the key. Missing a few of the first ones. Still is yet to hit a single money ball shot. Do zone shot. Pretty much missed the rim entirely. And now, on the wing, yet to hit one. Money ball shots. Off the mark, 0 for 5. 6 points with just a money ball rack left. Left it short. That one's off. Third one. This is horrible. How did this guy get here and not Anderson, man? This guy stinks. 8 points? The sorry performance. Calvin Gordon next up. What does he have in store for us? He starts off with the money ball rack. 1 for 1. 1 for 2. 2 for 3. 3 for 4. He goes 3 for 5. Similar start as to Barker. On the first wing rack. Trying to find his rhythm. As yet. Money ball shots off as well. Do zone shot could be a big one. And it's good. That counts for 3. Top of the key now. Making some good time. This is in Miami, by the way. I forgot that we are in Miami for the All-Star Week. So imagine there is some partying going on as he banks in the second do zone shot. And now on the wing. He's got 17 points. 1 shy of Barker. Now he's tied. Okay, he has to hit 1 to win. Has yet to do it. There it is. Calvin Gordon wins the 3-point contest by 3 points. He scores 21. And yeah, he owned the entire thing. He deserved to win that. Congratulations to Calvin Gordon. 3-point contest winner. He's just good at everything, I guess. Congrats, dude. We'll be seeing more of him probably in the playoffs, for sure. Now it's time for the dunk contest, and we have one of the young players, Kyle Copeland, who played in the Rising Stars Challenge. There's also Tyson Henderson, Sylvester Hammonds, who we know about, who we considered drafting over Wellington a couple years back. And Keon Murphy in here for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, I guess he's a good dunker. I guess we'll see what he can do. But we'll make him a CPU, and let's go. We return to the Kaseya Center in Miami because we have the dunk contest, which has not been too great to watch when we've watched, but we'll see if there's any actually cool dunks here. Henderson out of Golden State will get us started. Honestly, I forget what the range is for voting as he gets off to a good start. A windmill reverse dunk. Pretty good one. Good start. Pretty average, though, and in considering, you know, like what guys usually do, but probably a good first dunk. Don't want to save it for later on. I think it goes up to 50 for voting. They give him a 34. Yeah, I mean, these guys don't play around with their judging scores, which I kind of appreciate. So 34 for him. Next up is Kyle Copeland. His first dunk is not really anything special. I imagine he'll get less than Henderson did. It's kind of a windmill, but like not. It's like kind of a windmill dunk. I don't know. I think I like Henderson's better. 29, yeah, I think that makes sense to me. Now it's time for Sylvester Hammonds. What can he do? He used to play for the Sound, but I guess they chose not to re-sign him. His first dunk. Okay, that's like the worst one. It's just a 360 dunk. That's all it was. What is that, like a 25, 20? 29? The same as Copeland? I mean, all right, whatever. Now we get Keon Murphy. What can Keon Murphy show us? Please show us something actually unique and interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this guy dunk the ball except for like a two-handed slam off like an offensive rebound maybe. His dunk is very similar to Kyle Copeland's, just a bit more aggressive. Let's go with like 34. Tie the first round. I guess we're just saving our best dunks for later on, right? That's got to be it. He gets a 34. Hey, I called it. Let's go. So Murphy and Henderson are tied for first, while Copeland and Hammonds are tied for last at 29. So there's only 2 rounds, so as long as we have a good second dunk and we get better than Henderson, then we should be fine, unless we have some just like awful gaff. Oh, Henderson tried to switch his hands mid-dunk and he failed it. He's going to try again. I think he has 4 shots at it. And this time he does get it through. Would have been much better the first time around because it was more aggressive on the first one. But that one works too. And his score is a 28. Wow, these guys are brutal. I mean, I guess that makes sense because he missed the first one, but yeah, that's going to hurt. Next up, Kyle Copeland at 29 in the first round. If he gets a 35 or more, or if he gets 35, then he ties Henderson. And if he gets more than that, then he beats him out. And that was a really good dunk. Through the legs, 360 slam. Yeah, I think that's worth it. That's going to be like a 40 bomb or something, right? Let's see what the judges say. 37. How do you get above that? Seriously, how? But he will beat out Henderson. Hammonds next if he also had 29 in the first round. So we're hoping for a better dunk here. What does he draw up for us? Okay, this guy's like not even trying, dude. You're not even trying. Sylvester, come on, buddy. You're not going to win. You're done for. And the judges give him... What? How did this guy get a 40? There's no way. There's no freaking way. That was not the that was the worst dunk of all of them. Keon Murphy at 34 round 1. This is for the win. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be the victory. Through the legs, reverse jam. I kind of like this guy. 47, hell yeah! Keon Murphy wins it. That's what I'm talking about. The Woodsmen are here. Keon Murphy wins by 12. Abso-freaking-lutely. And then he just cuts like that. He gets 2 seconds to fucking celebrate. Are you kidding me, game? Come on. That's so lame. Thank you, Keon Murphy, for giving us some kind of thing to cheer about. But now we head into the All-Star game, and the starters are as follows. It's going to be John Morant, Shea, Tatum, Nikola Jokic, Calvin Gordon. An absolutely stacked team against LaMelo, Luka, Paolo, Giannis, Jabari Smith. I'm probably going to record the entire game and just throw together some really good highlights. And I'll also get all the buckets for Anderson off the bench. But, yeah. Here we go. All right, so here we go in the 2030 All-Star game. Jabari Smith, corner 3, gets the game started. And once again, I just hate this. Why in God's name are the jersey colors the opposite of the team colors on the scoreboard? Team Luka, despite being in blue on the scoreboard, is wearing those yellow, orange, red jerseys, while Team Jokic, red on the scoreboard, is wearing blue. Why can't we just have the colors match up correctly, man? Makes no sense. Tatum, wide open 3 is good to tie it up at 7 apiece. The assist goes to John Morant. Paolo with the bucket and the foul on Ja. Free throw coming up for a 3-point play opportunity. And the free throw is up and good. Jokic completely bodies off Paolo. Jesus. I'm just wondering, how is Calvin Gordon the MVP leader? And I'm assuming he has the most All-Star votes. Maybe he doesn't, and that's why Luka and Nikola are the captains. But how is Gordon not a captain of one of these teams? Jabari Smith, oh my! What the hell? That was sick. Luka blocked by Giannis. He gets it back at the shape of the triple, and that one's good. And Team Jokic closes the gap to 2. Alex Barker in the game now, and his first shot is up and in. Jokic, easy path to the rim for the jam. And we're all tied at 20. 4 to play in the first quarter. We're about to see Anderson check in for the first time in this one. Ball gets inside with a left-handed runner. He's got 9 points, 4 for 4. All right, Anderson checks in. And he's immediately called for a foul in the All-Star game of all games. Okay. This is Scotty Barnes. First one is good. Second one's good too. Did I just see Tyrese Halliburton out there? On the other team? He is out there. They're both here. Hey. Barker knocks it down. Team Luka takes the lead. Hell yeah, so he does make it. What the hell was the team then? Was somebody hurt? That must be it. But yeah, we got 2 All-Stars this year, man. Let's go. All right, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to do something fun real quick. One quick change. Give me 1 second. I would like Mr. Halliburton to be guarded by Anderson, please, and thank you. And then I want Anderson to be guarded by Mr. Halliburton, if that is a possibility. Which it is, thank you. Halliburton attacks through him, and he's blocked by Bam Adebayo. He tries again, missed that one too. Hell yeah. Well, I guess if we're rooting for Anderson's team, which I was at first, but now I'm just rooting for those guys to score or for those guys to have a good matchup together. Anderson, deep 3, missed it. Scotty Barnes knocks it down from 3. And Team Nikola takes a 1-point lead. Bam Adebayo jams in over Cats. Giddy, what a shot, man. Come on. Trae Young. God damn. Last shot of the first quarter goes for Team Jokic. The three is up and out from AJ Griffin. Out of bounds. Team Luka takes over. 0.2 on the clock, but that's going to be it here in the first quarter. As it looks like Team Jokic will lead 35-33 through one. Wow, what a lob up to Chet. He does a pull-up on the rim. That was from LaMelo right there. 8 lead changes, 5 ties so far. A couple of nice plays by either team. As John Morant gets inside and posters ball. Halliburton took a seat, but Anderson's still out there, but he's 0 for 3 so far, so I have not included those. Ball for 3, off the mark. Lob attempt through Anderson for his first All-Star bucket this season. Another assist from LaMelo. Calvin Gordon hits the side of the backboard, trying to back down Anderson. Anderson lobs it for Chet over the top of Calvin Gordon and Zion. Great pass. Now they lob it up to Calvin Gordon. We're trading lobs left and right here, folks. Anderson for 3. It's good. Finally, his first jumper drops. He was 0 for 4 on jump shots prior to that. Jokic spins and scores, which puts his team in front by 1 with 5 to go here in the first half. Anderson's taking a breather, as is Halliburton for the time being. We'll see when they come back. It might not be until the third quarter. Bam! What a bucket off the foul from Towns. Seems to be all that Towns does is foul people in the All-Star game. The free throw's off, though, and Team Luka leads by 1. Scotty Barnes, free path to the hoop. What was that defense? Yeah, am I really just asked about defense in the All-Star game? I've fallen off, man. What am I thinking? Barker scores over Giddy to cut the gap back to 3. But Team Jokic trying to take control before halftime. You got Halliburton back at the scores table. He'll check back in with probably 2 minutes to go or so. Scotty Barnes. I don't think he's missed a shot. Barnes inside. Wow. 15-6 run the last 9 minutes for Team Jokic. Team Luka has really not found the rim a whole lot. In this quarter especially. Young is fouled by Town. He's got 3 fouls. It's the All-Star game, brother. You don't have to be doing this. You're wasting my time. Free throw good. It will allow Tyrese to check in. He hits both. Anderson probably out for the rest of the first half. Luka with the spin move. Sorry, I was yawning right as that was happening. Luka hits the shot to close the gap back to 2. Jalen Gray lost the ball, and Team Luka is back underway. Up to Trae Young. He throws it up and scores to tie it up at 62. Anderson's walking up to the scores table to check in for the last, 30 seconds. Halliburton attacks the brim, hands off to Barnes, and he's fouled by Eklund. That will allow number 5 to check on in for us. Yeah, Scotty Barnes has not missed a shot. 6 for 6. Anderson checks back in. The free throws are good. Ben Simmons hits the shot. I will not be cheering for him whatsoever. Last shot of the half, though, in a 64-64 game. A goal for Team Jokic. Barnes against Simmons. Blocked by Holmgren on the help defense. 2 seconds left. Simmons jacks it up. That is so unrealistic. That's never hitting rim. From Ben Simmons. Yeah, right. Who let these guys in Miami? I thought I was done with them. I haven't seen them all year long. That was a very fun first half, and we are all tied at 64 apiece. So again, after this third quarter, whatever the score is, at the end of the third quarter, the highest team, you tack on 24 to that, and that's your target score after the third quarter. So we'll see what it is after that, but let's go into the highlights for this quarter now. We're not going to see Halliburton or Anderson probably until halfway through the quarter, and then they probably might not even show up in the fourth. We'll see, though. Luka gets off to a good start, though. Lob attempt up to Smith, and he lays it in for 2. Jokic bodies off Giannis and scores. This guy's unguardable. Nice pass over the top to Giannis from Luka. God damn. Shea. God damn, that was a Luka's mouth. He's got 14. Nice pass to Smith. I think that was Bam Adebayo. Yeah, it was. On the assist. Tatum for the tray. Team Jokic trying to keep this game close. We should be seeing Anderson or Halliburton check back in here in the next minute or so. I would hope. LaMelo picks the pocket of Ja. He will take it himself, and he hits the shot. Anderson checks in for Team Luka. Tatum back to Zion, in for the slam. He hangs on the rim to showboat in front of this Miami crowd. Gordon, what a tough shot. That was good defense by Eklund, but Gordon's just, he's just the MVP. That's it. Eklund attacks, scores, and got the foul on Zion. Nice take. Free throw is up, and it's good. Team Luka leads by 8 as Halliburton does check in for Team Jokic. Anderson against Halliburton. He takes the screen. Fires off it. It's good. Halliburton, nice pass to AJ Griffin, and his shot falls. Halliburton, nice find to Scotty Barnes. Team Nicola trying to close the gap. Anderson, wide open shot in the corner. It's good. Yes, sir. Under 45 seconds to go here in the quarter. Scotty Barnes, mid-range jumper off the mark. Anderson pulls down the board with Team Luka up by 6. He fires. It's off, but Chet's there for the putback. 8-point lead right now. Well, Barnes got fouled and hit a couple of free throws, so it's a 6-point game. Anderson for 3. Oh, that would have been great, but the quarter ends with Team Luka ahead by 6. 100 to 94, so a target score of 124 is needed to get the win. Whoever gets there first wins the All-Star game here in 2030. Barnes blocked by Giannis to start us off. They are showing the target score there as ball finds Giannis on the other end. Team Luka shooting 61%. They've shot 54%. Tatum has his pass stolen by Giannis. 2 big defensive plays to start the fourth. Shea got it over Luka. Scotty Barnes ISO against Anderson, and it works out for him. They cut the lead to 4. 20 lead changes. Jesus. Giddy the 3. And just like that, it's really anybody's game now. We got Bam Adebayo at the scorers table. Halliburton's probably not going to show up the rest of the game, I'm assuming. And Anderson should be checking out probably with this substitution as Luka gets to the rim and scores. Gordon on the glass, puts it in for 2. Screen from Giannis. Anderson gets inside, blocked by Calvin Gordon. Now mismatch down low. Gordon backs down. Anderson throws it up and scores. And Team Nikola takes a 1-point lead. 12 points for Calvin Gordon, 16 for Jabari Smith. Scotty Barnes finds Gordon. Open 3. Giddey knocks it down. Team Nikola starting off the quarter strong. Anderson, nice pass to Giannis in there for the jam. Oh, Scotty Barnes, Smith of a stick. He steps out of bounds. And that will be the last of Anderson here in this one. And Scotty Barnes as well, as he will take a seat. Wait, no. Anderson stays in. Let's go. Love that. So Team Luka took their captain out of the game to keep Anderson in there. I love that for us. He's trying to sauce up Jalen Green and hasn't moved an inch. He's just going between the legs. In the paint. He scores. Let's go. Giannis completely bodies Towns. Towns just got put in a blender, man. Team Luka 14 points away from winning this one. Mismatch down low for Giannis against screen. Easy 2. SGA slips his way inside. Got past ball for a moment. He's got 18 points here in the game. Still a tight one. It could be anybody's win here. LaMelo to Anderson here in the corner. Time counting down. Has to fire in his face. It's good for 2. Alexander gets inside. Over Bam. Got it to go. LaMelo lost him for a moment. LaMelo lobs it for Anderson, and he's there with the tip in. 4 straight points for number 5. Alexander off the glass and in. That was a tough one. LaMelo, what a shot. We're 5 points away. Team Nikola 10 points away. Couple of subs trying to come back in before this game's over. This game does not know how to do rotations when there's no time. And now Anderson's called for a foul, which will be the last minutes for him, I'm assuming. He's going to get subbed out. Halliburton checks back in. And it looks like Anderson will take a seat. Now we get to see what Tyrese can do to potentially mount a comeback and maybe win this game. I'm just going to root for whichever guy is in the game currently. That's who I want to win. Tatum, open 3, knocking it down. All right, there we go. Trae Young attacking the rim. Halliburton's there in front of him, and he still scores. Just a 3-pointer away now is Team Luka. Team Nikola's got to get some stops on defense now, and Halliburton just turned the ball over. No, dude, come on. That's the worst move. Trae Young again scores. Oh, no. Jokic between 2 defenders got it to go. They're only 5 points away. LaMelo for the game. It's good. Team Luka wins it 125-119. That was a close game the entire way. But Anderson's team comes out on top over Tyrese Halliburton, who was held scoreless in this one. But neither guy really played too well, but once again, I believe Team Luka won last year, so kind of a similar story here. And LaMelo Ball is the All-Star Game MVP. Congratulations, man. Nobody gives a shit. LaMelo had 23 and 12. And that's because he played pretty much the whole game. Only sat for like... Actually, I don't think he did sit. I think he played pretty much the entire time, which is ridiculous. Anderson had 16 points, but he took 19 shots, which was the most on the team. So yeah, he wasn't that great. But I still had a couple of highlights, which I appreciate. That's always nice. Had 26 minutes off the bench, which is the most on the team. Thank God. And Team Nicola got 25 for Scotty Barnes, 22 for Shea. But Halliburton was one of only 2 players, along with Karl Anthony Towns, to not score in the All-Star game. He went 0 for 4. He got blocked a couple of times. I chose not to show those because it's kind of embarrassing. So I'm looking through our schedule right now, and we don't have a matchup against a good Western Conference team the rest of the way, except for the Spurs in 2 games at home. Otherwise, we're facing just a lot of bad Western Conference teams. A couple of pretty good Eastern Conference teams like the Pacers, Hornets, and the Bucks, and the Cavaliers if you want to count them. But otherwise, like, we're facing the Kings, Sound, Thunder, who are barely above 500. It's pretty much just the Spurs game and then this game against OKC, who are the teams that are currently even like in the running for a playoff spot in the West. So I'm going to focus today on watching this game on the road against Milwaukee. So we're going to sim through this game against Toronto and against San Antonio, which is our last matchup against them on the year. And we'll see how much work we have to do to earn the 1 seed after those 2 games are simmed. So we sim those 2 games after the All-Star break. We get back in the win column against the Raptors, but you're seeing this red L against the Spurs, man. Another low-scoring game against them, and of course they win by 4. God, they're just hanging right out of our grasp. And we're still 3.5 games back. The Warriors are going to make life tough for us too. It's going to be a tough time for us to battle back and win the 1 seed, because they have been barely ahead of us the entire year pretty much. And we have played better basketball than we've ever been used to before. Like, this is by far the best year that we've had record-wise. And we're still a couple games back from them. Against the Raptors, though, we mount a 4th quarter comeback to win by only 2 on our home court. Tyrese drops 14 and 10. Anderson pretty much has the exact same stat line from the All-Star game in this one, while Bobo, Keldon Johnson, and Carney all provide 15 or more. And really good job by some of the subs to give us some good points off the bench. Sexton, who was obviously traded for Siakam, drops 27 in this one. Morris drops 14. He was not in the game that we watched against Toronto. And Scotty Barnes drops 14. Then, in the Spurs loss, are you kidding me, dude? We allowed them to outscore us by 20 in the 4th quarter to come back and win. Are you kidding me, dude? This is even worse than I thought. Come on, man. Anderson drops 22. Carney drops 21 off the bench. Halliburton has 20. Payne got 24 boards, but shoots 2 for 10. Bobo goes 1 for 13. Keldon Johnson 0 for 5. I think the blame is squarely on those 3 guys and whoever shot poorly there in the 4th quarter. I don't care who it was. It's your fault if you scored poorly in the 4th quarter. Because before that, we had played some great defense. And good offense, too. Calvin Gordon, 20 points, 13 boards, 8 assists. Shea, 19, 12, and 7. Poku, 15. Kuzma, 13. Had no idea that he was even on their team. And Batista, 10. But today, we are facing the Milwaukee Bucks, who are 2nd in the East with a 40-22 record, just 4 games behind the Celtics, who lead the Eastern Conference. And here is their roster. Here's what's going on. Donovan Mitchell's dropping 21.2 points per game, but he's going to miss this game because of a sprained right wrist. So we're not going to be seeing him. They're going to have Giannis, Gerard Bass, Moses Moody, Mark Williams, Devin Vassell, etc. So, I mean, they're going to rely more on the role players here in this matchup because they're going to miss out on Donovan Mitchell, who's missed the last couple of weeks. But we'll see how we do. Now, for this game, they are going to start Mark Williams at center, and so the paint is going to be tough for us to score, and I would imagine, in this matchup. But The most important thing for us, I think, is to put Todd Graves on Vassell to just lock him down, not let him shoot the ball. And then against, what's his name? Giannis. We're going to have Don Payne guard him instead and put Bol on Mark Williams. And they're going to start Victor Alexander in the place of Mitchell. I don't know anything about this guy. I'm assuming he's a rookie. But I guess we'll find out as the game goes on if he's good or not. I think he has some good shooting attributes, but besides that, I'm not entirely sure. On the road at the Fiserv Forum, taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Our first game that we have watched post All-Star break. We're going to find out what happens here. I do have the Bucks rocking their statement unis, as are we. And I think their court kind of matches it, right? Like on purpose, which is very nice, as Halliburton scores the first points in this one. And thank God he was there in the All-Star game. Despite him not scoring, I'm glad he was at least there. And then he's called for a foul. Okay. Moses Moody takes it down low. Back out to Vassell for the open three. That one's off, though. That was a good pass. Anderson gets by Vassell and knocks it down. That was Moody, actually, but still. Wait, what just happened? He just inbounded to Giannis, who had his foot out of bounds. We take over. I have never seen that at all in this game. Fantastic. We take over. Halliburton down low, finishes through the contact from Williams. That is a tough guy to score over. He's 7 foot, and he's one of the best blockers in the entire league. Alexander lost it, stolen by Tyrese. He's got Anderson to his right. He finds him. He attacks the rim and is fouled, but it's a reach-in. Bol off the screen. Back out to Graves. Not going to fire a three yet. He will off the screen from Payne, though, and it's good. Vancouver off to a 9-0 start. Williams sets the screen. Vassell can't find any room around it. Williams at the rim, lays it in over Bol for the first bucket for Milwaukee. Williams was in Charlotte for the first couple years of his career, but then he went somewhere else, and then he signed with Milwaukee. So he's been around to a couple of different teams, I'm pretty sure. 5 on the shot clock. Bol has to get rid of it, man. What is this possession? We get back to it somehow. Payne the jumper off the mark. Williams was right there for the contest. Giannis attacks the rim, and he's fouled by Payne his first. Been called for a couple of fouls early on. Don't tell me this guy's going to go 2 for 2, man. Don't tell me. Maybe he's improved over time, but I don't care. He does go 1 for 2. Perfect. Up ahead to Anderson for the quick shot. It's good. 11-3. Giannis to Vassell. Top of the key. Open shot. Misfires. Mismatch for Bol against Alexander. Back him down, big fella. Go to work. 10-point game as Halliburton picks the pocket of Alexander once again. Graves, the triple. Good again. We are looking nice right now. Giannis trying to get by Payne, but he stays in front. Back to Moody. The tray is offline. Time counting down. Halliburton has to get a shot off here. Over to Payne. He has to shoot, and he scores. 15-point lead through 5 games. Or not 5 games, 5 minutes. Halliburton again leads the entire league in assists per game, and Payne now does lead the rebounds per game category over Calvin Gordon thanks to that 24-board performance against the Spurs, where Gordon only had 12. Williams, though, scores the second field goal of the day for Milwaukee. Graves hesitates, throws it up, and scores. 6 points, 3 for 3 start. 8 points, actually. I can't do math. Giannis attacks the rim, fouled by Payne for the second time. He's going to keep doing that. We might have an issue here. Mark Williams has the only 2 field goals that have dropped for Milwaukee, while Giannis has the other 2 points at the charity stripe. They'll let Mark Williams take a seat as Giannis this time goes 2 for 2 and Gerard Bass checks in. Lob attempt for Anderson, right over the head of Devin Vassell. What a pass. The offense right now is humming. Giannis attacks again. Is he going to get a foul every time? Why is Payne doing that? What's Payne doing that for? You just got scored on, plus you got called for the foul. Graves checks out. Keldon Johnson checks in. Payne's going to stay out there with 3 fouls for some reason. No idea why. The free throw is good. Halliburton off the screen. Attacks the rim. Giannis is there. And he's called for the foul. Going to give Giannis a taste of his own medicine, perhaps. First free throw, up and through. Giannis will take a seat right now, and that is... P.J. Washington checking back in. Or checking in for the first time, rather, as the free throws are both good. Vancouver's still up by 14 points. Love seeing that. Alexander finds Bass at the hoop. Anderson cuts. Spolbo makes a nice pass, and he scores. Gerard Bass, the open triple. It's good. We'll close the gap to 11 as Keon Murphy and Carney check in for the Woodsmen, as does Vanderbilt. Watch 1 or 2 more plays before we sim ahead. Not going to watch this entire game. Up on the shot clock. Carney to Anderson. Has to get one up over Dort. That's not going in. And Murphy pulls it down and has it in for 2 on the putback. A nice second chance points right there. I gotta say, I love this Bucks court, especially with that like darker like Bucks logo on the court. It looks great. I really wish that we could do that to our court, because if so, I would put those trees that are in the like inside of our logo. I would use those on the court, and that would be sick, I think, but we just don't have the option to. Keon Murphy backing down. Bass, go to work, big fella. Yes, sir. There's your dunk contest winner right there. 30-17 with under 4 to go here in the first quarter. It's time for us to sim ahead. We had a very impressive 40-point first quarter, but the Bucks have closed the gap down to 6 as we lead 45-39 with the ball at about 7 to play here in the half. Payne gets the feed from Halliburton, but it's blocked by Mark Williams. Great defense. There's a scramble for it, but Milwaukee ends up with it. And now they got Washington wide open at the rim. Halliburton, mid-range jumper. That one's cash. Moody given some space, but you can't capitalize on it. Halliburton gets the feed from Payne. Back to Vendo, over to KJ. Good passing. Top of the key. Left that one short. Did Halliburton from downtown. We got Bulba at the scores table. He'll check back in at some point shortly. Cut by Moody. Anderson, I thought had a hand on that one, but I guess not. Anderson, what a shot. And the foul on Vassell. I love when this guy gets the ball in the paint because he can make some things happen, man. He's so good at scoring those shots that are contested. He's so good at finishing through contact. He's so good at drawing fouls and getting three-point plays. He just capped off one right there to push our lead back to 7. Vassell around the screen, gets the ball top of the key. Now a screen from Williams. We cover it perfectly. Vassell over Anderson. Missed it. Great defense by the entire team on that one. Payne trying to attack the rim on Williams. Blocked from behind. That's what I'm saying, man. He's a really good paint defender. And Payne's only 1 for 7 being guarded by him. Only 2 boards as well. Moody Mid-ranger, no. On the glass, almost. Got it, did Vassell, but it ends up in the hands of Tyrese Halliburton. You still lead by 7. I do got to say that Mark Williams is one of my most favorite players out of Duke recently, as Halliburton knocks it down again from the elbow. He's got 13 points, 5 for 6 shooting so far in this first half. The Bucks caught him out, but again, I am a Duke fan. I got to be honest here, and Mark Williams is one of my favorite players in the last couple of seasons. So, you know, there's a bit of bias here, but he's a great defender. Moody, the triple. Not going to fall this time either. Has not had a good shooting day so far. We have outboarded Milwaukee 18-11. Anderson peels around. Bobo finds him. Down low against Moody. Anderson over him. Fouled. No bucket this time, though. First free throw up and through. Anderson's got 12 points. Trying to get number 13 right here. 5 for 7 from the field, and our lead goes back up to 11. Alexander finds some space and hits the shot. That might be his first bucket of the day. You've shot just below 60%. Oh, yeah. Halliburton spins, but why pass it? He had a free path to the hoop. That was going to be an easy layup. We got to get some points out of this one now after that. Anderson with it against Moses Moody. He attacks the paint. No help, and he scores. Look at that, man. If we attack the basket, we're actually pretty good at that. 15 points for Anderson, and 10 of those have come inside the paint. Alexander from the elbow. Not this time, and Murphy boxes out Williams for it. Anderson throws it up, and this time won't score, but Murphy's there on the glass. And then Anderson gets a loose ball that was almost stolen. Shot clock at 6. Graves just had his first miss. Alexander sees a path. Halliburton giving way too much space. Off the screen. Halliburton for 3. Not this time. Under 2 to go in the half. Moody the step back. Nice move. Carney checks in for the Woodsmen in place of Halliburton, so he's going to be playing point for the last minute and a half. Anderson, the jumper, not going to fall this time around. 7-point game. Milwaukee a chance to make it a 2-score game for halftime, perhaps. Alexander, long 2, can't rattle it home. Almost went in, though. Carney's got a mismatch, so there's going to be a mismatch somewhere else, which there is for Bol Bol. Can we attack this? Attack the rim, Bol Bol, or to shoot and knock it down. Moody. They love this play form, and this time it's going to work out. Anderson peels around. Bol Bol, another nice pass, and Dort is too far behind him to stop Anderson's shot. I'm telling you, man, getting Anderson back in the paint, it's working out for us. Giannis cuts back door and gets the feed. 6-point game. We had the last shot of the first half. Carney gets by Giannis and scores, so we actually don't have the last shot. They do. But nice take right there by Joel Carney. Giannis with it. No way he scores this. I was going to say. We lead by 8 at the half. 62-54. Hoping for a better second half because they don't have Donovan Mitchell, so I want us to win by a lot. All right, time for some third quarter action as Graves has just checked out, so we're not going to see him here in the quarter, but Keldon Johnson will be prevalent, I hope, on the offensive end at the very least. Other starters back out there right now. We'll see Zet and the others check in a couple of minutes most likely as Anderson peels around a screen, has a wide open look at the hoop. Right now, he is feasting at the rim. I thought their paint defense would be much better, but so far we have done a good job of calm plays that keep their big men out of the paint. So I'm enjoying that side of things. Moses Moody cuts behind Bol Bol and scores. Nice pass there from Alexander. Moody's got 14 points. He was off to like a 1-for-5 start and has picked things up. Anderson to Keldon Johnson. Great pass. Wide open. It's good. We're back up by 9. Washington to Alexander. Top of the key. Back iron. Payne towers over Moody for it. Tyrese to Anderson. Inside again. Bucket and the foul. They can't stop this guy right now if he gets the ball in the paint. Look at this, man. Doesn't matter who's down there. Free throw is good. Alexander in the corner. Not this time either, but Neely is there for the offensive board. Carney to Anderson. He's got Dort draped all over him. Azette now in the game with Keon Murphy. He fires off the screen, and that one falls. Great shot. 7 points for Azette. That was our first time seeing him score, but apparently he's done some good so far already, which is nice to see. Washington had some space, missed the shot though, and this time Vanderbilt pulls it down, boxing out Neely for it. Azette with the ball, goes back to Vanderbilt. At the rim, reverse is good, despite the defense. Washington, another open three. That one's off, though. Carney to Azette. Open three. That one's off. Alexander slips through the defense and hits the shot. Used the rim to protect himself there. 6 for 11 shooting. Has actually done a pretty good job, despite the minus 15 plus minus. Anderson step back jumper. It's cash. Nothing but net. Dort misfires. The Bucks just are not knocking down their threes right now. Azette takes the screen. Back to Murphy for the jumper. No, but Azette's there for the tip in. Yes, sir. Alexander has it jarred loose by Azette, but they hang on to it. Shot clock does not reset. It's at 5. Neely with it. Jarred loose and stolen by Vanderbilt. Great job on defense that possession. Carney. Nice pass to Vanderbilt. Inside. Bucket and the foul on Neely. Let's go, man. Defense turned into offense. Time and time again for Vancouver. The free throw is up. And it's good. Our lead blossoms to 19. Alexander called for the charge. Vanderbilt makes 2 nice plays in a row. Well, actually 3. Azette giving space top of the key. This guy is just awesome, dude. He is just simply great. The Bucks call timeout with 91 seconds left here in the quarter, down by 22 all of a sudden. This feels a lot like the game against St. Louis. Neely for 3. Like I said, there's got to be a lid on the rim of some kind for Milwaukee right now from deep. Vanderbilt's open look, missed it. Murphy's there on the glass, out to Azette for 3. Cash, dude. Absolute money. 15 points, 10 here in the quarter. I love this guy. Neely attacks the rim and missed the shot. Jesus Christ, what is happening in this Bucks offense? Zed off the screen, attacks the rim. Out of a shot, finds Vanderbilt. He's fouled by Neely hard. That'll put us in the bonus for the next 34 seconds. But a really nice run by Vancouver has us pretty much just securing the win here in the quarter. The free throws are both good. Bass left wide open, and I guess for a good reason. This could be Vancouver's last shot of the quarter. Who do we go to? Gonna be Keldon Johnson for 3. Missed it, but A beautiful 27-point lead all of a sudden.
Your Bucks, 69. The away team, 96.
We outscored them 34-15 in that third quarter. Just what I wanted. I wanted us to play better in that second half, and we sure as hell did. We lead now 118-86. As, wow, that was a bad miss by Mark Williams. That's got to go in. There was no hand in his face right there. But beautiful lead. Game's almost over. Only like 2:15 to go. Foul on Giannis for the reach-in. But we have looked good. And despite them missing Mitchell, they should still be a pretty good team. They are 40-22 this season, so we're not facing a bad team right now. They just are missing one of their best players, unfortunately. But still a nice win. I mean, our role players have clearly outplayed theirs. Halliburton, no. Payne's there on the glass for 2. Wow. Great putback. He's only got 7 points, but has still made a pretty good impact there in the court. And this arena is pretty much empty. It's going to be a cut for Giannis down the middle. It is. And Payne's behind him. Bobo to Anderson here in the corner. Screen from Payne. Anderson stops, fires, and knocks it down. He's had a great game. 34 points, 58% from the field. Vancouver takes this one on the road. 122-94, a 28-point victory. They played well in the first half offensively, but we were much better on defense in this second half, and the offense kept things going. So no complaints here, nothing to be worried about. I like where we're at. We're playing well, and we just beat one of the best teams over in the opposite conference. The top scorer for Milwaukee was Giannis with 19 points, but he only played for 23 minutes, which is strange because he's a starter and he's Giannis. I'm not sure why he wasn't out there more. He only had 2 fouls, so he didn't foul out or anything. I mean, he was there at the end of the game. So not sure what's going on here in Milwaukee with their rotations, but they gave Moses Moody, Mark Williams, and Alexander all more minutes. Same thing for Vassell. But, I mean, yeah, Mark Williams actually played pretty well. Moody did too. Alexander was actually pretty solid. The Woodsmen, though, got 34 for Anderson, 14 for 25 from the field. Halliburton, 20 and 10, matching his average this season. And he also had 4 steals, which is great to see. Azette, 15 points. I thought he was spectacular. Graves got off to a good start, did not do a whole lot after that. And Bobo had 10 points too. Payne had 13 boards. We come out on top. We shot 55% as a team and 50% from beyond the arc, but did not take a whole lot of threes this time around, which I appreciate because we scored well in the paint, which I was not expecting. So that was cool. And yeah, I would say besides that, it was a pretty even game besides the third quarter. But we're now 45-17, 3 games back from the Spurs, 2 games back from the Warriors. And then there's just a huge gap between us and the next team behind us, which is the Pelicans and Lakers. So still, obviously a chance for us to make some progress in the last month and a half of the year, but it's going to take us to put our heads down, play some gritty basketball, play some great defense, great offense, and keep it up at a very high level the entire rest of the way if we're going to battle back and take the 1 seed from San Antonio. And that's going to do it for me, guys. Thanks for watching the episode 100 special. Hope you guys enjoyed a bit of a longer one today. And we're going to pick it up next time, where we will face probably the Hornets at home, just because they are one of the better teams that is left on our schedule. And we've already seen games against, well, I guess nobody else that's left on the schedule besides the Bucks. But I think I want to watch a game against the Hornets because they're a good team and just get another litmus test against a playoff caliber team. So that's the game plan for next episode. And then we'll probably wrap things up one episode after that against the Magic for the last game of the year, because it's probably going to be an important one, but we'll find out 2 episodes from now. But thanks, guys, for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, and peace.